You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Made a fortune. It's probably not too late. It's probably not. Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Jesus, come and be wine and fix it. Jesus, come and be. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Jesus, cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me wine and fix it. Cover me wine and fix it. Cover me wine and fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Jesus, come and be wine and fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Come and be wine and fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover my mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me wine and fix it. Cover me wine and fix it. Cover me wine and fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, salvation, that blessing the nation, grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, 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 cover me, cover me, cover me.
Do not categorize the blessing by colors. It is not the colors you need to watch. It is the character. Watch out for the character. I'm going to tell you, there are three basic types of people that you will interact with if you are a child of destiny. Can I share this with you? The first group are confidants. Confidants. You will have very few of them. Confidants are those people in your life who love you unconditionally. They are into you. Whether you're up or down, right or wrong, they are into you. They are in for the long haul. If you get in trouble, they get in trouble with you. They'll come see you in the jailhouse. They'll come get you out the crack house. They're confidants. You can open up and share anything with them. You'll never inherit your kingdom until you find your confidant. You can't be David till you find your Jonathan. Having a good confidant is the key that unlocks the kingdom, because you were raised outside the gate and God's going to cause you to reach over the wall. You got to have a confidant behind the wall who can mentor you for what God is going to do next in your life. The problem with most people is that everybody they run around with is under them. And so you are forever feeding people who can't feed you. And after years of feeding them, they begin to drain you. You got to have somebody who can feed you so you can feed somebody else. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying. Am I talking to anybody in here? You need the confidant then. The confidant is those few people that come along in your life that are for you. They are with you. They are intimately intertwined in your life. They are there to make sure that you reach your destiny. They will confront you. They will get in your face. They will get in your business. They will tell you when you're wrong, because they are confidants. If you have 2 or 3 of them in a lifetime, you are a blessed person. Without them, you'll never be who God called you to be. You need to find your confidant. Number 2, the other group are your constituents. They are not into you, to what you are for. They are for what you are for. They are your constituents. And as long as you are for what they are for, they will walk with you and work with you and labor with you, but never think that they are for you. They are for what you are for. And you have to know that, because if they meet somebody else that will further their agenda, they will leave you and hook up with them, because they were never for you. They were just for what you were for. They are your constituents. And throughout your life, if you're not careful, particularly if you're broken, you will mistake your constituents for your confidants. And you will think that they are for you when they are really not for you. They are just for what you are for. And by the time you get through falling in love with them, they will break your heart as they hook up with somebody else who is for what you are for, because it was never about you anyway. It was about the causes that you represent. They are for what you are for, but they are not for you. They are your constituents. Can I go deeper with this? The third group are your comrades. These people are not for you, nor are they for what you are for. It is just that they are against what you are against. And the comrades will make strange bedfellows. This will cause people to come together who are not for you, and they are not for what you are for, but they are against what you are against. And they will team up with you to help fight a greater enemy. But don't be confused by their associations. They will only be with you until the victory is accomplished. These people are like scaffolding. They come into your life to fulfill a purpose. And when the purpose purpose is complete, the scaffolding is removed. But don't be upset when they are removed, because the building always remains when the scaffolding is removed. What I'm saying to you, my brothers and sisters, expect the constituents and the comrades to leave you and desert you after a while. Don't be upset when they don't react to your dream the way you expected them to, because they were never really with you in the first place. Be careful then who you tell your dream to, because if you tell your dream to your constituents, they will desert you and try to fulfill the dream without you. If you tell it to your comrades, they won't support it because they never were for what you were for anyway. If you find a few people in your entire life with whom you can share your dream with, you are a blessed somebody. I can tell you how to identify people who are really for you. If they are really for you, they will weep with you when you weep, and they will rejoice when you rejoice. When you walk in a room and you tell somebody good news, stop being happy for a minute and watch their reaction. If they're not happy for you, shut your mouth and walk back out of the door. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying to you. Oh, yeah, because when they are really connected to you, they will be happy for you when you share your dream. Find somebody, look them in the eye and say, are you happy for me? If you don't get the right reaction, don't tell them anything else. You need somebody who's really going to be happy for you. I don't want just anybody praying for me. I don't want none of them haters praying for me, because you know you hate me and you don't want me to succeed. I want somebody praying for me who really wants me to be blessed, who wants me to be an overcomer, so you can put up your oil and stop speaking in tongues, because you know you never did speak to me anyway, and ain't no need in you coming up here in this hospital like you gonna pray some cancer up off of me. I'd rather have somebody who really loves me lay across the bed and rebuke the devil. And God is so faithful, he'll always give you somebody. Oh, if he ever sent anybody into your life to help you, you ought to just clap your hands and thank him for the people he sent. Don't worry about the people he took. You ought to praise him for the people he sent. Tell somebody, say, somebody help me. I didn't get here by myself. Somebody helped me to get here. Somebody taught me how to stand. Somebody got me behind the gate. Somebody taught me the protocol of the pilot. Somebody encouraged me when I felt like dropping out of school. Somebody helped me when my back was up against the wall. Somebody mentored me when I was going through a divorce. Somebody helped me when I was going through a crisis. God is so faithful that he will never leave himself without a witness. He will send somebody. Can I preach on?
Oh, no, 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 no. Lord, we tune into WZYE 95.9. Your word right in the airwaves, shining bright and fine. From Margate to the islands, the signal never fades. We lift our hands and praise you for the joy that it brings today. Bless Mr. Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, all the viewers too. Every viewer, every caller, every chatter in the crew. Pour your favor on the station, let the Holy Ghost flow free. WZYE 95.9, broadcasting victory. Oh, 95.9. Oh, now stretch your mighty hand, Lord, across the ocean wide to Trinidad and Tobago, where the Trini Spirit rides. Bless the citizens, Trinidad style. Woo. Sweet, strong, and true. With Douglas fire in their hearts and your love breaking through. From Port of Spain to Tobago, from the savannah to the sea, let your blessings fall like mango rain on every family. No weapon formed against them shall prosper.
Yeah, P&M Pro. Bona, the body bona, the bona, the bona, the bona, the bona. Yellow champion bona, the bona, the bona. Kamla the mountain, she nah move, she nah shake. Stand up for the people, make the economy wake. From the poor man table to the children's school bag, she bring back the money, she fly the Trini flag. Superpower Caribbean, watch it rise again. Kamla Prasad, Business of the Iron Lady Rain. Hey, Mountain Kamla, hey. Trinidad champion, she come from the struggle. No, the poor man feel pocket empty, light be lie, but she nah kneel. Open the door for the youth, them give them hope and chance. Build school, build road, give every pitney a dance. Them say economy dead, she say watch me now. Bring back the jobs, make the dollar run through. From Laventil to Cedros, from Tobago Shore. She feeding the hungry, she open every door. Strong like a mountain, rain now wash she down. When the pressure bust, she still stand her ground. Strong like a mountain, rain now wash she down. When the pressure bust, she still stand her ground. Kamla the mountain, she nah move, she nah shake. Stand up for the people, make the economy wake. From the poor man table to the children's school bag, she bring back the money, she fly the Trini flag. Superpower Caribbean, watch it rise again. Kamla Prasad, Business of the Iron Lady Rain. Hey, Mountain Kamla, hey. Trinidad champion, champion, champion. Trinidad champion, champion. Hey. Trinidad champion, Trinidad. Them try back, she down, try shake, she foundation. But she stand like Everest, pure determination. Caring for the children, no more hungry belly cry. Books in them and future bright like blue sky. She willing fi fight, she willing fi bleed. For every Trini soul, every single need. Oil money flowing, tourism boss again. Trinidad and Tobago with the boss of the chain. No more begging no island, we leading the pack. Kamla the general, we marching right back. She fly straight to USA, link up with Trump. Sit down like boss, no time for no stamp. Talk for the people, talk for the land. Come back with the pen, we go right all the wrong. And sign off the deals, make the money rain hard. Economy jump up, no more so fired. Poor man get house, children get light. She rewrite the future, make everything right. That pen in she hand like Excalibur blade. Kamla the queen, now the whole world afraid. She strong, she wise, she love we fi true. From the ghetto to the mansion, she there for me and you. One voice, one nation, one Trinidad queen. 23 seats and beyond, she living the dream. Kamla the mountain, she nah move, she nah shake. Superpower Caribbean, watch the whole world shake. She get the pen, she right the wrong. Now we on top, eh. Mountain Kamla, Trinidad and Tobago, we back on top again, eh. Trumpin' champion, Kamla, 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 Kamla. Trinidad forever. Whatever, for whatever, we moving up, straight to the top, top. We moving up, straight to the top. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Change has finally come. We fix it TNT. UNC is love. Run and tell everybody the work has just begun. We build it TNT. UNC will get it done. So whatever, whatever. So whatever, whatever. So whatever, whatever. So whatever. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Is yet to come. We shape it TNT. UNC is love. Run and tell everybody. Together we are one. We grow with TNT. UNC will get rid of it. Up, straight to the top. We moving up, straight to the top. Better days are coming. Better days are coming.
see has just begun. UNC for everyone. UNC is love.
Yeah. Trinidad and Tobago. Crime on my way, yeah. There we go. Stop the crime, stop the shooting, stop the killing of the children, stop the looting, stop the home invasion, stop the hate, stop the racism, open the gate. Time to unite, time to rise, time to look your brother in the eyes. Turn to God, clean up the land. Trinidad and Tobago, together we stand. TNT crying, TNT crying. Let we make tomorrow better. Stop the lying. TNT crying, TNT crying. Rise up my people, time for unifying. Morning come, another mother bawling. Little boy get shot, school back still falling. Home invasion at the night, them kick down door. Taking with peace, leaving with sore. Racism in the shadow, hate in the light. Black Indian double, we one fight. No more blood on the street running red. No more gunman making the youth them dead. Look at your brother man, he struggle like you. Same style, same flag, same sky so blue. Put down the weapon, pick up the tool. Build up the nation, stop playing the fool. Let's stop the crime, stop the shooting, stop the killing of the children, stop the looting, stop the home invasion, stop the hate, stop the racism, open the gate. Time to unite, time to rise, time to look your brother in the eyes. Turn to God, clean up the land. Trinidad and Tobago, together we stand. From Port of Spain to Tobago side, crime taking over, but we not. Police, community, church and school, all our we hands together break the rule of the fool. Mothers praying, fathers stand tall. You stop running with the gun and the ball. We want carnival joy, not funeral song. Let we heal the land where we belong. The country crying, rivers running pain, but faith and unity go bring the rain. Stop the hate, spread the love instead. Bring it to the bone, till we dead. Time to rise, time to rise, time to unite, unite. Time to God, time to God. Clean up the land tonight. No more blood, no more tears, no more children living in fear. We is one family, from Cedros to Toco, Trinidad and Tobago. Let we go. Stop the crime, stop the shooting, stop the killing of the children. Stop the hate, stop the racism. Time to rise, time to fix this TNT crime. But we go dry the tear, make tomorrow better. Banish the fear, together we strong. Divided we fall. Trinidad and Tobago, stand up tall. Stop the crime, stop the crime. Time to God, clean up the land. We love your TNT, one love. Oh.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walshid, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, whenever you join us, share the live, share the live. WZY 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. Or 973-609-6509. That's 973-609-6509. Let me say a special welcome to my pal, the young man himself, the one and only, the man better known as Uncle Tommy. Tommy, welcome.
Good evening, Professor Walstradamus, and how are you today?
I am splendiferous, trumandiferous, and marvelous.
I would imagine so. How was the movie yesterday?
You know, Tommy, I have to admit it was a splendiferous movie. It was really, really, really good. I know they're gonna have a part 2, but it was really, really, really good. I mean, the guy who played Michael Jackson, he did a splendiferous job. It was. I mean, I fall asleep, and if I fall asleep, Tommy, that's a good thing.
That means that you were on your toes all for the entire show.
Yeah. Beat it, man. I was beating it, man. Beat it. You know what I mean? It was good.
Well, long as all the beating you didn't lay hands on Mrs.
Say that again.
I said, as long as all the beating you were doing that, you weren't laying hands on Mrs.
No, I'm not into hitting women. I don't know.
Fabulous.
Yeah. I don't know how to do that. I know how to do that. Yeah, but it was when it got a chance, Tommy. You know, I mean, a lot of people not really looking at that in the movies, but looking at it in the movies, you get a different sort of sense of things, you know. So, yeah, but it was good. It was good when you see it for yourself. I mean, to be honest with you, looking at it on the small screen and looking at it on the big screen is a big difference.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, and the kind of surround sound you just get from that and thing, you know, it'll make a big difference. Yeah, but it was really, really, really good. Really good. You know, so yeah, and then we went to Veggie Haven. I don't know if you ever heard about Veggie Haven in is it in Montclair, boy? It's called Veggie Haven. It's only vegetarian food and vegan food.
Yeah, I think it's in Montclair.
It's in Montclair, yeah. They are real good food there. Real good food. So folks, coming up at the top of the hour, we have the counselor. Is it the counselor? I'll make sure it's the counselor or the alderman who was here previously to give us an update, Tommy.
From San Fernando.
Yes, correct. What's going on in San Fernando? Counselor Sasha Ali. Yeah, she'll be joining us at about after the top of the hour to give us a kind of update, Tommy, on what's going on.
Could we have gotten Ali Bocas also in the mix?
So
Macamillion?
Yeah, he's in that. He's in there too. He's in the mix there too. So, first person in the chat was. All right, Tommy. Who was first?
Was it Uranus?
Well, Tommy, I don't know.
Let me check it again.
No. Listen, it's between Uranus and Volsang. Because Volsang was in at 519 too.
I thought I saw Uranus in there first.
519 and 519. So, based on what I see in here, it appears to be a tie. It's not a shirt or a jacket or a pants. It's a tie.
Just a tie.
Yeah, just a tie. So anyway, I'll continue. So Volsang was Uranus was at 519. Volsang was also at 519. And he was at 520. And Uranus. Yeah. Uranus, a good evening, Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, and all in the family. Yeah. Uh, Monica Ramkisoon, good evening, Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, and all in the chat. Ramdev Baijo was next. Pleasant good afternoon to Professor Wall Street, Mr. Tommy, and the village. Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, and all on the live. Yes, Ramdev, correct. Subscribe, like, and share, and see you, and see when the PNM continue to lose. Bernard Thomas, a pleasant good evening to you. Good evening, Professor Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, and all in the village. A pleasant good evening to you. Anderson Wilson, boy. Good evening to you, Mr. Walshik and Uncle Tommy, coming from myself and Akira and the whole Beatem, Mrs. Special, Slim Out, Wall Out to the Beatem crew. Auntie Joseph, good evening to Walshik, Uncle Tommy, and all in the village. Blessings and be positive. Correct is right. Azina Smith, welcome to you. Angie, good evening, Professor Walshik, Uncle Tommy, and all villagers. Blessings for the weekend ahead. Gordon Gangachana, Jaijin Joseph. Good evening to this village. How are you all? Village at some stage not wane. We have to put aside the damn politics and deal with our countries facing with. Please, please, can we do it now? Because things not getting better. Please just put aside the we and them and stop the criminal or someone. You know, Tommy, that fella talking. I saw a quote and I did an editorial on it from Penny Beckers talking about the mothers who losing children. That was a Mother's Day statement. Where was that kind of statement in the last 10 years, Tommy? Where? She have no moral authority to talk anything about mothers losing their children. Because for 10 years she sat down there, Tommy, and they said absolutely nothing.
She had laryngitis. She got her voice back, so she's finally using it.
Yeah. You're being very generous. Laryngitis. I think she had more than that. And then you have this one here coming to talk about, we and them. We and them. Last 10 years, you wasn't talking like that. Eh? Look. Just cool welcome. Good night, Wall Street, Tommy, 6615, Sang, Monica. Angela Darius, welcome. Chandra Benjamin, a special welcome to you. Good evening, Professor Wall Street, Uncle Tom, and everyone in the chat. Blessings. Sumitra Baijan. Bless good night to Mr. Wall Street, Uncle Tom, and all in the village. Blessings. Same to you, Sumitra. Rajendra, welcome. Rajendra, pleasant good evening, Professor Warshik and Uncle Tommy. Blessings. Monty Steele, a pleasant welcome to you. Good evening, one viewing in this program on WZYE TV Talk Show. Hello to the host, Mrs. Ailey Bourne Wall Street and Mr. Nesbitt. Yeah.
Same to you, Monty Steele.
Judy Ali, welcome. Locked on. Judy Ali's locked on. Miss Santa Cruz, welcome. Good evening, Wall Street, Uncle Tom, my friends in the village chat. All right, I seen a new person here. Joy CE. Move on in the house. Love everyone. Love tell me, I don't see different things there. Move on in the house. Good everyone. Love, love, love. Joy C from Mover. Always say welcome to Joy.
Welcome, Joy. Welcome to the village.
Yeah, Joy. Joy, welcome to the village. Welcome to you. Susie Charles. Good night, Professor Warshik, Uncle Tom, and everyone in the village.
Good night, Susie.
Anthony, forwarded out the E. Good night, Warshik, Uncle Tommy, and all in the village. Vishnu Pandit, top of the evening, Professor, Uncle Tommy, and all in the village. Blessings. I mean, my braces don't like they gain me problems.
I thought you were gonna be taking them off.
Eh?
I said I thought you would have had them off by now.
I have an appointment coming up, and but like it somehow it has just started to protrude some kind of thing.
Yeah,
Sherry, eh?
as long as they're doing what they're supposed to do, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, no, you're doing the job, you're doing the job. Sherry Abraham, good night to you. Sherry Abraham, that's a new name to me.
So I saw that before.
All right, so Sherry was here before. Hello, Sherry. Beulah, pleasant welcome to you. Good night, Uncle Wall Street and Uncle Tommy and all on the chat and listening audience. Pleasant good night, my friends. No compromise. Only facts, not fiction. Only truth. Correct is right. Prasad Ramnath. Don't forget the FAX. No facts. Beulah. Prasad Ramnath. Good night to you, my friend. All right. Okay. Whatever you say, brother. Patricia Hutchinson, welcome. Blessed evening, Professor Warshik, Uncle Tom, and everyone viewing. Blessings to you all. Same to you. Kong, welcome. Got a question, family. Has anyone ever turned to that dumb, stupid chat called Warrior Princess? I believe her name is Candice Edwards or something like that. Shaking my head, she's uneducated as hell. Okay. Okay. Island Man TT. Good evening, everyone in the village. Good evening to you as well. All right, so we have a new person here. No, I think this person might have been here before, Rani Samaru. Hi, good evening, Professor Warshik and Uncle Tommy. Blessings, may I roll locked on. All right, I'm gonna get it right this time, Tommy. Fishing Pond, Sandy Grande, right?
Right.
Okay, all right. You see, I get it right. I mean, sometimes you kind of patient with me. Anthony, I don't know what you're answering Golden for. I don't know what you're answering Gangachana. Eugenia Pandit, present. Good evening, Professor Walsh, Damas, Uncle Tommy, and all in the village. Blessings to everyone. I want to see if I can gain an editorial before we go for the break. Batos. Good evening to WZYE and all the villagers. Welcome, Batos. Correct is right. Remember to like and subscribe. Share the live. Yeah. All share the live. Share the live. Peter Sammy, well, somebody your partner from East Orange.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, Professor Walsh, Uncle Tom, and all viewers locked on. Peter Sammy, boy, you're inside. Just shoulder. Yeah, my braces, I'm pronouncing she name. The opposition want the PNM to do more conference. You think she have time? She's trying to fix the country.
Not the
Correct?
PNM,
Right?
the PM.
Huh?
Not
Only
PNM, PM.
PM, okay. Yeah. Yeah, they're trying for the PNM to fix the country too, but forget about that. Okay. So is that so? We should just sit down and talk about the last 10 years and do nothing while everybody's 1, 2, 3 and 4 getting involved. So go stop the politics and let's now. Judy Ali asked me why you didn't put Invisalign. I think I was past the stage where I could have get Invisalign, Tommy. I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay. Sherry Abraham says she not new. All right, Sherry. My mistake. Yeah, Sherry knew. Sherry been yeah.
Yeah, I observed that before.
You had Invisalign?
No. I had regulars like you,
Oh, okay.
wire. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying I observed Sherry before.
Oh, okay. Talk about stopping the criminals from winning. Yeah, Peter Sammy. Welcome, brother. Jack Dio Luchan, welcome. Let me see if I could get a quick. I think I want to get this editorial here. Yeah, let me get this editorial here. So Tommy, it have the one with HDC and Mark Besant, right? Tommy, I don't understand something, you know. If you breaking a story, right? You ain't put no name, you ain't put nothing, right? I guess that's the way the fourth estate supposed to do it. I guess.
The platypus prays.
All right, so folks, listen to this editorial. I want to get this editorial before we go for the break. Because Penny had an article in the Express on Mother's Day talking about the situation in Trinidad and Tobago. So everybody knows that we have coined her Penelope Week Beckles. And we have said that she like a platypus, right? Well, I don't like to call her other one. And an invertebrate. She has no spine, no stomach, and no belly. Yeah?
And a jellyfish.
So take a listen to this. Our?
Also a jellyfish.
What you say to me? Yeah, that too.
The platypus prays, Penny Week Beckles, and the shameless art of discovering grief only in opposition. How many times Penny Beckles prayed for mothers who lost children to violence between 2015 to 2025? Exactly 0.
Tommy, you ever remember Penny making any statement about the carnage the PNM was causing between 2015 and 2025?
Not once.
You remember? Huh? You think them easy? Them good enough? She good enough, I'll tell you. Let's continue to listen.
On Mother's Day 2026, opposition leader Penelope Week Beckles posted a statement offering prayers for mothers who lost children to violence in Trinidad and Tobago. It was eloquent. It was polished. It was spectacular in its hypocrisy. For a decade, from 2015 to April 2025, Beckles and her PNM held the reins of power. The murder count climbed, mothers wept, and young lives were extinguished on street corners, in communities, and in the shadow of a government she loyally supported, defended, and enabled. Not once did she issue a public prayer for those grieving mothers. Not one statement. Not one vigil. Not one tear shed publicly for women who buried their children while her party held power. The silence was deafening. The indifference was institutional. But now that the PNM sits in opposition, the prayers flow and the empathy overflows. Now Beckles speaks of wounds borne by our entire nation. Now she warns us never to become numb to violence. Now she finds her voice, her faith, and her backbone, conveniently on Mother's Day, from the comfort of the opposition benches. This is not leadership. This is political performance art from a woman who is the political equivalent of a platypus, a strange, soft creature that defies classification, with no stomach for tough decisions, no spine for principled opposition, and no belly for the fight the people genuinely need. Between 2015 and April 2025, thousands were murdered. Children were slaughtered. Mothers broke. Communities collapsed. Beckles was a senior PNM figure who presided over every one of those deaths. She issued no prayers then. She held no vigils. Prayer, it seems, only becomes available to Penny Beckles when she is no longer responsible for the conditions that necessitate it. That is not faith. It is cowardice dressed in scripture. She never once publicly broke with her party on the catastrophic crime situation, never demanded accountability from her own government, and never called out ministers who failed communities drowning in violence. A leader with spine holds her own party accountable. A platypus just flaps along with the current. Since becoming opposition leader, Beckles has produced no credible crime plan, no policy framework for community safety, and no legislative proposals to address the structural conditions that breed violence. Her social media statements are abundant. Her policy output is 0. There is something deeply offensive about using the grief of bereaved mothers for political repositioning. Inserting personal loss into a statement about mothers who lost children to crime under her party's governance is not empathy. It is appropriation. It is emotional manipulation by a politician desperate to appear relevant in opposition. She has never challenged the PNM's legacy of broken promises on law and order or crime control. Under PNM governance, Trinidad and Tobago became one of the most dangerous countries in the hemisphere per capita. Beckles never forced her party to answer for those failures. She defended them. She chose party over people. Every single time. Her statement warns against becoming numb to violence, remarkable from a woman institutionally numb to violence throughout her party's tenure. What she calls for now, protecting youth, building strong homes, community involvement, are the precise things her government underfunded, undermined, and abandoned. The statement is not policy. It is confession dressed as compassion. She is describing the society PNM governance created, and she silently endorsed. She prays for greater unity, peace, and hope. This from the representative of a tradition that systematically exploited ethnic division and community neglect for political advantage. An opposition leader's job is to hold government to account, scrutinize budgets, demand answers in parliament, and build the case for change. Beckles' opposition is defined by carefully worded, strategically timed social media statements. It is opposition as performance, leadership as content creation. The mothers of slain children do not need tweets. They need someone willing to fight for systemic change with the ferocity their grief demands. Beckles does not lead an opposition untethered from the crisis she laments. She leads the very party that created it. For her to speak about protecting children is the arsonist attending the memorial and delivering the eulogy. The audacity would be admirable if it were not so insulting to every mother who lit a candle for a child killed under PNM governance. The most powerful thing she could have done on Mother's Day 2025 was not pray, but apologize. To say, under my party's watch, we failed you. We failed your children. We failed this nation. And I am sorry. She did not. She will not. Because doing so would require what she does not possess, a spine, a stomach for accountability, and the belly to face a decade of governance failure. Instead, she prays. And in that prayer, she reveals everything about who she is and who she is not. Penny Week Beckles is the political platypus of Trinidad and Tobago. She has the title of opposition leader, but does not oppose with conviction. She has the language of compassion, but did not exercise it when courage was required. She has the platform of leadership, but leads toward no destination the people can identify. She is an invertebrate, no spine against her own party's legacy, no stomach for the accountability real leadership demands, and no belly for the fight the mothers of this nation have waged alone, without her prayers, for a decade. They needed her voice when her party was failing their children through neglect, underfunding, and the systematic abandonment of community safety. They needed an advocate, not a politician. They needed accountability, not eloquence. They needed action, not artful posts calibrated for maximum emotional impact at minimum political cost. At WZYE TV, we noted her count. 0 prayers for 10 years of PNM-supervised carnage. The grief of a bereaved mother is not a political prop. The mothers remember. The nation remembers. And WZYE TV will never let them forget. WZYE TV, Caribbean news, no filter, no fear.
Alrighty.
There you have it. WZYE editorial, Tommy. You see, because when we see these type of things, we cannot let these things go unresponsive. Understand? I'm gonna say welcome to Jay Howlett. Welcome to you. Yeah, we cannot let these things go like that, Tommy.
True.
Yeah? Because if we do, we don't want to. And the other thing, Tommy, is too, let me do this one here real quick. Let me do this other one here. Philip responded to. We have an editorial on that one too, but I want you guys to take a look at this one here. Let me get this for you. Hold on. Just a minute, just a minute. Okay, let me see this. Okay, hold on. This is a short one. Okay, here we go. All right, folks, take a listen to this. We also have an editorial on this too as well.
And so, like everybody else in Trinidad, I read that article in the Express about a man who came to offer a bribe to a journalist to kill a story. And I thought, this is the strangest thing I'm ever reading in my life. This guy, Mark Massan, is some big journalist. He tried to tell me a man offered you a bribe twice. I read the article. He said you offered the bribe twice. And you said to him a first thing? You ain't said that man a first thing. He bribed you to kill a story. That means the story you have get the rights. Why that story is not the story? Why the man who bribed you, why his name is not the story? You give us a story based on smoke to put the HTC in dispute to attack the government. That's what I see that as. Because as of now, that was a nothing story. It reminded me of when we were in government, when the People's Partnership was in government. I was on 91.1, and Fitzgerald Hines had called into the show on the phone. Took the call on air. And Fitzgerald Hines said, while he was at a dinner, he spoke to a man who said that while he was crossing a road, he saw a guy who told him that he knew somebody who told him that somebody else said Keith Rowley was too black to be prime minister. I said, you call us to give us a story fifth hand? That is PNM trying to attempt to damage the narrative. That is foolish talk. And I tell you, Trinidad and Tobago, today, I am calling on Mark Massan and the Express. If you have a story, publish it. If you have facts, take it to the police. But stop trying to make a mess for this government, because that is unacceptable.
So there you have it, folks.
Because
there you have it, Philip responding. Yeah. I to be honest with you, Tommy, I find that story was a kind of a new story, yeah? To be honest with you. To be very honest with you. And we did an editorial in it, but you know, we go for the break because coming up next we have Councillor Sasha Ali. Sasha Ali, fix your camera a little bit. You have to bring it down a little bit. Yeah. All right. No. Up. Okay. All right. She will come back in. All right. So, folks, we're gonna take that break, and when we come back, we're gonna have Councillor Sasha Ali with us. Stick and stay, don't go nowhere. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, you, and WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life, and as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide. Divides dissolve and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE. We originate, not imitate.
In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Hey, this is Lady Gaga. Hey, it's Taylor Swift.
You're live in the mix with the one and only.
Hey, this is Justin Timberlake, and this is
In the Village.
Yo, what's going on? This is Jersey Drake.
Hi, this is Rihanna.
Hey, what's up? This is Ludacris.
What's up, y'all? This is Nicki Minaj.
You're rocking with the best. It's In the Village. In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. Fire! 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 Fire!
And of course, we are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, whenever you join us, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509. And please don't forget, please share the live. We thank you.
So let me bring in our guest, Sasha Trisha Ali. So how are you doing today?
Hi, good evening. Everybody is hearing me? I am hardly hearing.
Good evening. Good evening.
We hearing you loud and clear. You hearing us?
Okay, I'm not sure why I am hardly hearing you all on your end.
Okay, you wanna let me see something here. Let me try something.
Good evening. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you, but very vague.
Okay. You wanna go back out and come back in?
Sure, I can try that.
Yeah, try going out and come back in.
Sure.
Okay, all right. So folks, what we'll do, we'll let her go out and let her come back in and see if that will make a difference. Okay? Yeah. So there we have it, folks. We're gonna get the counselor in here so we could have a discussion about what's going on in San Fernando. Gail Ramuta, welcome. Rise. Rise, welcome. I'll put it that way, Toby. Rise, welcome. Right? Rise, welcome. Okay. So, yeah, Tommy. So we have that story by Mark Besant. Yeah, I don't know, boy. I just really wonder, you know. All right, look, I think she came back. Let's see if this will work. Okay, is that better? Are you hearing us now?
No, still very vague.
You want to turn up?
How's your volume?
Your volume? No?
And all the volume is up on my end here on my phone, so.
Okay. What else could it be? Everything is up here.
You hearing both of us?
I'm hearing you all, but not loud. It's very soft.
So we are hearing you loud and clear now.
Clean.
We are hearing you very clear. All right, let's do this. Let's just try to see. All right, hold on. Let me turn that down. Let's just try to see for a few minutes. If not, then we're just gonna do it on WhatsApp. Right?
Okay.
All right. So let me say we'll come back to Sasha Trisha Ali. Did I get that right?
Yes, it's Sasha Trisha Ali, Councillor Sasha Trisha Ali for the electoral district of Marbella South Vestabella. Right. I am one of the councillors attached to the San Fernando City Corporation.
Right, correct. So we got that out of the way. I think, Sasha, one of the big things that happened was that there was a situation where the mayor was on a program and he was talking about workers. You want to try to explain that to the people, what exactly what he's talking about?
Did you hear that, Miss Ali?
No, hardly hearing.
Okay, the issue with the workers issue. Remember the workers issue? What? Yeah, if you want to talk a little bit about that, well, what that is with the 14 workers and the 7 workers, and the mayor was making some accusations.
Sure. So we would have received an email from the mayor, and that email would have stated that he, along with the CEO, would have, after consultation between the both of them, they would have come to a decision that they would suspend casual workers because of the upcoming drain cleaning program that they started. And the key information in this email, it stated that the drain cleaning and mitigation program requires a structured and centralized approach to workforce allocation during this period. So they spoke about a structured and centralized approach. They spoke about funding in the email, and I saw it as a tactic just for them to be able to take away casual workers from the UNC counselors. And as time went by, I would have been getting the list of casual workers that goes on the fortnight. When I see the list, and I'm grateful that I have honest people and people who will reach out to me to let me know what is happening in the San Fernando City Corporation, because people see me as the voice to speak up and stand out. And a lot of workers within the corporation itself, we are saying that, yes, I agree, there are some workers who do not work, but there are also workers who are being victimized. They are working under harsh conditions, and so it's hard on them. And I would have seen the list, and I would have seen for Pleasantville alone, which you all know is, so the mayor is the councillor for that area. He was employing at least 50 people within that area alone. Now, I am all right and okay with the employment of people, but it's the manner in which it's done, because you cannot say in one breath that you are taking away casual workers from across the board from all councillors. But then you now have a drain cleaning program, and apart from the drain cleaning program, you also employing casual workers because you have a garden in your community and you are sending workers to your garden. Now, if the garden is for the community, then why are you using the state funds to take care of that garden? Why don't you have a volunteer team? Because how is the garden profiting the city of San Fernando? Yes, it is for your community and it's profiting your community, and that's nice, that's good. But at the same time too, you cannot use public funds to finance your garden. I mean, the San Fernando City Corporation is not into agriculture. And if you are using the funds for the garden, it shouldn't be that way. If it is a garden for community, you should have volunteers coming in. So I would have seen he had almost 50 workers one fortnight. And like he realized I was on to him because I am a person. And, when I heard this radio station, you all are about facts and integrity. And this is what I bring. I bring facts to the table. Everything that I speak of here, I have evidence to prove what I speak of, And I would have questioned him concerning the workers, because I am seeing on the listing that the PNM colleagues are still submitting names. And I could tell you the names. When I look at the list, I could tell you which names belong to which councillors on the PNM side. And he is painting the picture that, with the upkeep program that Alderman Ramutasing would have been, I don't know where he got those 40 names that Alderman Ramutasing has, but I am sorry to say we are not him. We do not behave like him. We are professionals. We behave with integrity. And as for the 40 names, I don't know what he's speaking of, but I know I have proof against him into how he's hiring. Now, I would say that the San Fernando City Corporation has a weak chief executive officer. And why I say that is because I've been looking at the Facebook, the BS Facebook post. Now, we all know there was CPEP and there was URP in play. They would have been taken away, discontinued for a particular reason. The sitting government now has to do what they have to do to run the country. They have to make the wise decisions. I understand it impacted workers. I'm all for workers and workers' rights. And I trust and believe that the Honorable Kamala Prasad Visesa is doing what is best for the country. And I honestly believe that better days are coming. But sometimes we have to sacrifice. And that is what the Prime Minister is doing, sacrificing a lot so that the country can prosper in the end. And I would have seen, the Chief Executive Officer saying to me, and she's right when she says that she is responsible for hiring. And with that great responsibility of you hiring, it also comes the great responsibility of accountability. And she's not being held accountable for her actions, because we ask her with this drain cleaning program, how were the names chosen? What was your recruitment and selection process for choosing these names for the drain cleaning? Because the mayor could have simply said, okay, 9 electoral districts, because, regardless, it's a PNM run corporation. You have to be fair across the board. It's public funds you're dealing with. It's 9 EDs that have to be serviced. And you should have said, okay, let's try to get employment from each councillor. But you took the employment away from the UNC councillors, and then you are now increasing the casual workers, because you have 50 casual workers and more in Pleasantville. And when I spoke about it in council, he told me, don't you dare talk about Pleasantville. And I was like, too late, I'm talking about it. And then he was like, well, Corp sec, I'm feeling nice today. Court standing orders 24. So when you object and when you stand up to him, he's running to hide behind the standing orders, number one. Number two is he's ready to call the police officer to either put out Olaman Ramutasing and myself. So he got caught from the very beginning with how harsh he behaves to us and speaks to us, the manner he speaks to us in council. So now he tries to hide behind the standing orders. I'm a very respectful person in council. I respect the chambers. But what I will not do is be silenced by the mayor of the city of San Fernando. And that is what he has been trying to do, silence both Olaman, Viliana, Ramutasing and I, because the public is aware and they are now seeing what is happening. They didn't know what was happening before. And the chief executive officer, I asked myself, why is she just going along with what he's doing? Because if I ask you, what is the recruitment and selection process? And you cannot tell me. We had to apply under the Freedom of Information Act to get information on this drain cleaning. We recently got it this evening. So I still have to sit down and go through it to see what information they provided. But you are seeing that the government would have discontinued the CPEP and URP, the sitting government, and the mayor is busy on his Facebook page, former CPEP workers. So I was like, well, who is really in charge of recruitment? Is it the CEO or is it the mayor? Because if the CEO is saying I'm the chief executive officer, and she said that to me in council, I can hire. Of course, but what is your process in hiring? At the end of the day, it is public funds, and these people are behaving as though it is their money, that they can spend it anyway, anyhow they want, even if it's casual workers, and you all are increasing the amount. You all are using the casual vote to pay for the drain cleaning. A casual vote could only accommodate so much, right? Each vote that we have in local government in the corporation is we get an allocation for something specific to do, whether it's patching, road patching, whether it's drainage. So we have specific things to do. And what we have seen that they are doing is moving around money from these votes to suit their agenda, to fill their pockets. And I say this again with evidence before me, because I come from a strong industrial relations, human resources background, and you cannot go to the industrial court and not have your facts, right? When you are preparing evidence and arguments, you have to make sure and have your facts in order to argue a case, especially if you're going to court to win. Right? You're going to win a matter. So when I started to paper trail them, take all these screenshots of the mayor of what he's posting, the CEO, well, she would acknowledge my emails, but she will not respond in the sense of everything has to go through the mayor's office. Now, there's nowhere in the standing orders, there's nowhere in the municipal act that states I have to send everything to the mayor's office. So every time I write a letter, it has to go. And that's just him micromanaging. That's just him micromanaging. Because if it is an administrative issue, I, as a councillor, within my right to write to the CEO, and she deals with the matter at hand or the issue at hand. And we are seeing that, I don't know. To me, the CEO are not, and she's not supposed to be political. And I'm constantly asking myself, what is happening that she's aligning herself closely with the mayor? The decisions that she's making is in alignment with the mayor. And just when I wrote to the permanent secretary, because I would have written to the permanent secretary, I believe 2 or 3 letters, because I have to escalate it. I have to let them know what is happening in the corporation, because the PS is the CEO's boss. So as soon as I write, you see the mayor change around his Facebook post now, and he stopped putting CPAP workers, because I would have indicated to the permanent secretary that he is using public funds to campaign, right? And what they did to bypass me, I am a sitting councillor, and the former councillor who would have crossed the floor, right? They started sharing the drain clean. Imagine it's my electoral district, and I don't even know who are the people doing the drain cleaning in my ED. He has not liaised with me. He has not given me a list of drains that I have to clean. That they are cleaning. I am the councillor. I am on the ground. You have a list of drains from the city corporation that you are saying you have from the city corporation, but the list is outdated, right? And I have been cleaning drains from the inception of me being a councillor. I have enough videos to prove that. I actually have gone through the electoral district where I collected a data of drains. Just because I know we have an outdated drainage system, and as a councillor, although we don't get much for developmental projects, I still want to know, when we do get the allocation for DP, how to channel that funding to best suit the electoral district. But the mayor he's fighting us down in every possible way that he can, right? And yes, we were able to get some names through the upkeep program, right? But that is through the ministry would have chosen accordingly. And in council, I would have seen he tried to show imbalance in council, because he started to talk about the upkeep program, and then he uses intimidation tactic, that he allows certain people for statutory meeting. You all know statutory is open to the public. So he allows certain, and I don't like to sound like this, but it is what it is. He allows P&M people to come to statutory meeting, last statutory meeting, and he used it as an intimidation tactic. They would have all come past councillors, and he would have allowed them to sit in the audience, and all of them had on red. All of them had on red. But when there are people, other members of the public, trying to come up to statutory meeting, the doors is closed on them. Immediately, security is alerted. Do not let them come upstairs. They are being screened. They are being screened before they come up. But here he is picking and choosing who he wants to come and sit in statutory meeting, just so he could try to intimidate us. And he would have spoken about the upkeep program that the Ministry of Local Government would have recently started. And I am so grateful for the upkeep program, because since he took away the casual workers from me, I have been struggling to get things done I've overgrown grass. He's talking about drain cleaning, and the drain cleaning that they are doing, I don't know. They are cleaning the drains, leaving the garbage at the side. When rain falls, it's going back into the drains. So I don't know. They did not do a proper planning and procedure for this drain cleaning. He just decided, and it's clear as day. If you could put up former CPAP workers, and I am seeing a listing of all the people you hire, it's definitely former CPAP contractors and stuff you would have hired to do this. And as I said, nothing is wrong with it. Everybody needs employment, but it's the process. You cannot come and say you're suspending casual workers across the board, and then you only feed in some of the EDs. The rest of us are left out. And I am constantly speaking up and standing up to him. So in council, he's calling out his councillors. How much name did you get? You get. And he's going down the line with all his councillors. And I'm watching him like, you don't intimidate me. You do not make me feel uncomfortable. I am here for a purpose, and I stand in my truth and my purpose. And every one of them bowling 1-1-1. So I told him, I said, why are you trying to create an imbalance when you know for yourself You and the CEO sitting there in the chambers saying you all suspended casual workers, but under the table, all you're collecting names. I wrote to the permanent secretary about it because they're abusing the casual vote. That is not what a casual vote is for. A casual vote is used for short-term employment. You cannot have people with 1 year, 2 year, 3 years on casual. If it's drain cleaning, a drain cleaning program, start date and end date. We asked the CEO for a report. You know what she told us last meeting? Because she's dancing to the beat of the drums of the mayor. And I really hope when the mayor throws her under the bus, she can really stand on her own. And it's not just me alone complaining about the chief executive officer. It is other people who are writing as well, right? We have a strong activist who is writing about the chief executive officer. I am paper trailing everything that they are doing.
So Sasha,
and she's saying, yeah.
Have anything improved since the last time you were here? Has there been any improvement? And I also want to talk to you about the mayor said on our program that he tapes everything in his office. I wanted to know if people who are going into the mayor's office know that he's taping them, or is there some sign that says everything in this office is being videotaped?
Well, that is not new to me because I would have been warned already before. Whenever you enter the mayor's office or you have a conversation with him, I believe this is a pattern that he has. This is a style that he has to tape people in their conversations. And when I heard him say he tapes people, I laughed because I remembered when he first tried to take away the casual workers, I would have asked to see him in his office. And in his office, he would have had his office manager, another person taking notes. And when I walked into his office, he said, "You're sure you're not taping this conversation, right?" So I said, "Well, no, I am a professional, right?" And I said, "Well, I hope you are not taping this conversation." But there in that office, I had to be so specific or so careful of what I say, because I know people would have warned me already and told me the mayor tapes everything. So just be careful to be around him. And I don't even go to his office without company, or I try my very best to avoid it at all costs. So to the public, it's wrong if he is taping you all. He says that as the mayor, he has to be careful. He has to protect himself. But I don't see it as a form of protection. I see it as him trying to listen to what he say to use as leverage, listen to what people say to use as leverage over people. So
Sasha, I have a problem with a mayor taping people and people, because there's a law that talks about if you're going to tape someone, you have to make them aware that you're going to tape them. I find that to be very problematic. You as a mayor, what type of example are you setting as a mayor? And he did this publicly. We are not making this up here. This is facts. He went on our program and he said he taped everything in his office. So I was kind of concerned if people know when you're going to his office, you have to be very careful because, of course, you could put a tape and you never know. There's artificial intelligence. You understand? And then he released a tape. But he said he was going to release the tape. Do you know if he released the tape?
Well, I don't know what tape he has to release. But what I can say is that mayor has no level of professionalism. He is, I say he's a gangster mayor, because a mayor who shouts at the top of his voice and tells the council he's a warlord from the Ville. And then he goes on to further threaten by saying, I have people in Mount Moriah. So when you look at the leadership style of how he speaks, when you look at the leadership style of the CEO, now we can fully understand why the San Fernando City Corporation has fallen flat, right? Because we have guns and ammunitions missing, an officer died, rest her soul. We would have money missing. And what I realize as a counselor, there is no accountability. The chief executive officer does not act. And I am, as a female, do not like to go after another female like this. I don't like to call out another female like this. But when you have a role and responsibility, you have to stand in that gap and do the necessary. I, on a daily basis, hear how much cries the workers keep saying, you know, another worker would have done an infraction, and then bam shot, you get a call from this from the CEO, the administration, don't bother to discipline their workers. We have supervisors who trying to get workers to do their job, and workers don't want to work. Some workers, some of them, they're the really good ones, and then some of them just don't want to work. And I am very shocked when I heard the mayor call concerning a worker the other day, and he wants the person to work, although the supervisor is saying the worker is not working, the worker is not performing. And I am here saying, but you're the mayor, you have to know where you draw the line, right? So then it shows me you're really running the show, not this chief executive officer, you know? And I could tell you as a counselor, I have an issue with one of the workers who was slandering my name on social media. And when I wrote to the CEO, first thing she said, number one, the worker is not a worker of the San Fernando City Corporation. So I asked, well, who does give the worker a job letter? It's the San Fernando City Corporation who gives the worker a job letter. She's saying it is saying in their letter, the chief personnel officer. I was like, no, the negotiation is between the CPO who represents the government and the union, but the employer is the San Fernando City Corporation. And then they wanted to quote some part of the collective agreement. And I said, I'm disappointed in the CEO, and I would have responded to the response of the CEO. Every time we have committee meeting for personnel and human resources committee meeting, the CEO, she doesn't care to address the issue. So we are faced with me. So if I am a counselor trying to let you know, CEO, what that worker did and what that worker is saying about me, and he also said nasty stuff about Alderman Ramuta Singh, right? But he is in close alignment with the mayor, because that is the person the mayor used to tarnish people's character. And he would have done it to councillors in the past council, but what they did not expect is to meet up with me, who would fight for disciplinary action, because I know there's a process to discipline an employee. And the CEO she doesn't care. And when I spoke about it in council, the mayor said, so I said, what about a media policy? Because we are in the age of social media. And now, you know, because I work at Southwest Regional Health Authority as well, and we have a media policy. So what about you know what the mayor told me? The mayor looked at me and said, well, we have to include the councillors in the media policy. So I said, are you speaking about me, how I go on TikTok and how I come and speak out against the CEO? And the mayor said, a media policy cannot cover us. We have bodies that govern us, right? The Municipal Act, we have the Integrity Commission, you know, they govern our behavior, but we don't have to be part of. So he just says anything that comes to his head. And I don't know if he thinks that, you know, the people who sit in council are not smart enough. We will not stand up to him. Some of the things he says just doesn't make sense. And I feel as though being a councillor, this is the worst we have been under this mayor for the city of San Fernando.
So Sasha, I know I asked this question before. Is it a continuous effort on behalf of the mayor to sabotage the UNC councillors so they could try to make them look bad and then say they're not doing what they're supposed to, when the mayor is not living up to what he's supposed to? The mayor and the CEO are not doing what they're supposed to, and to hopefully treat the councillors, the UNC councillors, fairly, you know, with whoever the other PNM people are.
Sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
Just to treat the UNC councillors fairly, as opposed to how they treat the PNM councillors.
Well, I would say he believes he has all the power in the world, and why I say that, UNC councillors, he indicates to us, he treats whoever he is good with, good, right? And I would say that if he is good with a councillor, whether you're PNM or UNC, he will treat us, he will treat them good. And I know from Marble South Vistibala, I can speak for my electoral district, and I can tell you, I am getting squeezed. Because I am telling you, I was saying before, a former councillor who crossed the floor, the mayor is giving that former councillor pictures of the drain cleaning in the electoral district of Marble South Vistibala. how could a former councillor be posting? Are you campaigning? Because I heard that former councillor is going up against me again. So are you campaigning as a former councillor? And from my inception as a councillor, this former councillor who crossed the floor and lost against me would have been trying his very best to keep his connections in the city corporation to get bulk waste picked up. And then you would see on the group, they thanking the former councillor for getting bulk waste picked up. And I'm like, so being a woman in politics, it's not easy. We have all these men here who just feel that, you know, they can run over you. And I guess they need to understand that I am not timid. I look very small and very quiet, but bet your bottom dollar, I was elected to serve, to stand up for the people, and I have a job, I have a responsibility, and I'm going to fight with every breath with my last breath, I should say, because I am most committed to the job that I am doing. So if the mayor is unfair, he's unfair to me, I can say that, and let me explain why. I would write letters. He said the protocol is if you have an issue, you write a letter and it goes to him. When we go to council and you bring up the dates and when you would have written, he's not, I don't know what he's doing. He's not sending the letters to the CEO so that she can dispatch to the different areas, whether it's public health, whether it's infrastructure. He's not doing that. And I would have seen, I sat in council with one of my colleagues and I was talking about the Vistabella 9th Street grounds, right, that have to get cut. And I was asking for that to cut for Easter because I was having an Easter event. That man dare not send anybody to cut that. And I knew the casual workers, when they were under me, I would have supplied strings, gas, the tools necessary to get the job done. He took them away so that my area could suffer. And he took them away. And when he took them away, I said, okay, no problem. There was another councillor sitting next to me, spoke about a field that he had to get cut. The mayor met him outside of chambers and tell him, listen, the fellas who doing the drain cleaning, talk to them. It's so by so. And you could talk liaise with them and they will cut your area, cut your field. And that is my UNC colleague. So what he does is he tries to divide us.
You know,
right?
Sasha, I don't mean to cut you. I was going to get to that, you know. It appears to me that the mayor have a strategy to try to divide the UNC councillors.
Yes. Yes, he does.
Yeah, and I think that they have to be very careful in what the mayor gives them to do and not give other UNC councillors. You see, in order to divide them, and at the end of the day, have the people now complain that the council's not doing what it's supposed to. I am concerned about that.
Yeah, because what happened is the mayor will support specific UNC councillors, right? Well, and when that councillor is getting the support from the mayor, people will come to me and say, but how come that UNC councillor could get it and you cannot get it? Right. But this time I have to, and that is because that other UNC councillor will not go up against the mayor. He will work alongside the mayor with the mayor. And everybody has to do what they have to do for their electoral district. But at the same time, I am not there to be friends with the mayor of the city of San Fernando. I am there to get a job done. And he has a role and a responsibility, and so do I. And when I come to you as a councillor and I am telling you I have to get my field cut, right? And you could cut a deal with the UNC councillor and make sure he gets his field cut. So he did, and I am left behind. When I went to visit that 9th Street field, you know, he get them to cut the field and grass, they heap up grass and burn all over the field. And I was trying to get that field in order because one of the primary schools reached out to me within the electoral district to use the field because they don't have the space in their school to use the field for children to practice cricket, right? And to practice and play cricket. When I asked the mayor about it, and when I wrote letters asking about that, who was responsible for cutting the field, the mayor refuses to acknowledge my letters and he refused to respond.
You know, Sasha, there's one thing I can think about, that mayor has to go. We have to get rid of we have to get rid of the P&M from running their corporation. Plain talk
Mm-hmm.
bad. You understand? Because if it continues like that and the mayor is, trying to divide and conquer, you see, and the only way the end is to get rid of that mayor or get rid of the
Yes.
P&M, the P&M run corporation, straight talk, because it's not working out. And at the end of the day, right, is the people who are suffering, because when the mayor think they're trying to take advantage of you and other UNC councillors, at the end of the day, the people suffer. But the backlash is that you all as UNC councillors will get the backlash from the people, because they might be
Yes.
thinking that you guys are not doing what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that is sad.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we have to make sure, I hear what you guys are going through. And when I listen to the mayor, he calls is Mrs. Ramuta Singh, right? He calls her name a lot, right? It just seems that if, he has a problem. He has a problem.
Yes.
He has a problem, and I don't know if it's an ego problem that he think, if he does, I don't know. I think he may need to sit down on his ego, because when he speaks, right, he's very bombastic. Let me put it that way. Nicely. He's very bombastic. And but what I will say to you, continue that fight. Don't let him discourage you. Continue, because you are working for your constituency. All I want people to understand, though, Sasha, is that you and many of the other UNC councillors are working hard to benefit the people of your area, your burgesses. And do
Mm-hmm.
not let the divide and conquer by the mayor mislead them into thinking that you guys are not doing the things that you're supposed to do.
Yeah. And I think he tries to infiltrate all sectors and all stakeholders for the San Fernando City Corporation. For instance, the business people. And I would have recently, well, I frequent High Street, right? They tell me I am the mayor of High Street. Yes, I'm always on High Street, always interacting with the business people. I shop, I talk to them. And this is not now when I became a councillor. I have been doing that from way before. And, a couple of business people told me, well, they say, councillor, you will not, I was so ashamed to come and tell you, but if you know how this man is bad talk you, he just bring you down. He's degrading your name. And he is. A lot of the times he's saying really nasty things about me. I don't even want to say some of it over here, but really nasty things to paint me in a very negative light as a female. Right? But I am not him. And I keep telling him that I am not him. I grew up with morals and values, and I'm a very respectful person. And I told him this in council. I said, do not ill speak me or get your team or your people to ill speak me, because at the end of the day, when I step out of my house, I am well put together, well spoken, I am respectful, and I represent my husband and my son. I have a 16-year-old, well, he's going to be 16 in May, and I hold him in high regards. And nobody could go outside there and tell my son his mother is of low value, or his mother, And the way how the mayor speaks about me, even my son told me the other day, he was like, Mommy, imagine this man making up these kind of lies about you. And I try not to speak about politics so much around my 16-year-old, but I mean, he's 16, he's understand what is happening. And he's like, Mommy, if he's 16 and he could tell me, Mommy, this mayor has to go, And as a child looking on at politics and not just hearing me, but he's also on social media as well. He's seeing what is happening with Alderman Ramuta saying, I mean, we were so disrespected. We did not even know tools and equipment and stuff was missing. And when you ask the CEO, I don't do it. Who gave her directive? Like the mayor tells her when to speak and when not to speak, right? And as I said, I'm very disappointed in a woman who holds a leadership role and dances to the beat of his drums. And and she said, well, We have a report to do. Yes, I understand. You have a report to do and you have things that you have to do. But we are council. We are members of council. Tell us. Let us know that there was a theft. And then you would hear them saying, well, the union involved, so they don't want to take no action. And, they try to push the union because I know the union is woman-led as well. So what the mayor will try to do, and I'm seeing him doing it, is divide us again. So he will go to the union and talk in the union's head, because at a point in time, the union wanted to meet with Alderman Ramutasing and I, They wanted to meet and have a discussion with us. And I, coming from that industrial relations background, I love to mediate, love to meet and treat with issues before it escalates, right? And then I see, well, okay, no problem. The union didn't bother with us again. They told us they have to reschedule. And then I see them busy walking with the mayor all over. So I was like, okay, you don't want to meet and treat. So he tries his very best to target the groups of people and the stakeholders involved. He puts doubt in their mind about Alderman Ramutasing and I am okay with that, because I know I am doing my job. I am standing up against him. And that is why he's so intimidated. I live rent-free in his head. I keep saying that. I live rent-free in his head. Every time people come to tell me, I got so fed up. I was like, people, if he says something about me, I just don't even want to know anymore.
So, So Sasha, what is the status of the missing equipment in the corporation? What's the latest?
Well, we have not gotten an official report from the CEO. As I said, the CEO is very reluctant in giving us information. I understand that when there's an ongoing investigation, you can only give so much information, but at least give us the nature and scope of the matter. Let us know the date it happened, the time it happened, what is missing. At least give us the nature and scope of the matter, and let us be able to have some sort of information as a council. And she didn't even provide that. But when you look at it, and I keep saying this, the San Fernando City Corporation has fallen. For the 10 years that they were probably there under the PNM, what have they done? They have only studied themselves. We have machinery and tobacco and truck who sometimes is be down for things like a flat tire. Sometimes things that cost $200 to fix. Alderman Ramutasing would have taken out $200 from her pocket, because they just have heavy equipment there doing nothing. And then you find in allegations of workers thieving parts and like, how come there's no order in the San Fernando City Corporation? How can an employee commit a crime or gross misconduct like theft and he is not penalized for it? What are you all doing? There's a collective agreement, and the collective agreement has a disciplinary process. And there's no accountability, and that is why we are in a mess. I spoke to somebody today, and the person from disaster management unit, and they told me San Fernando City is the stinkiest city. Right? The stinkiest city. And that is because, and I could see this, because this is proof. This is what I had before me. And when I stand up and I say the mayor could spend over $67,000 on cigarettes and alcohol for an event he had in 2024, and come to council and tell us, we come to ratify it, that don't pay already. I have a fiduciary duty. I have oversight over public funds. How could you come and tell me you spend the public's money, cigarette and alcohol are done pay it already, and this is just to ratify? Right? I would have written the permanent secretary about this as well, because the CEO is telling me she sent it to the ministry, the permanent secretary turned it back, furnished her with a memo to tell her you cannot use public funds, but yet you take that money out of another vote. So they see how they're mismanaging and misusing money under the votes, right? And you take that money out of the and an entertainment vote doesn't mean because it says entertainment. There's a specific description for each vote. I would have gone through every vote and read. I love to read. My husband will tell you that. I will read 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm up reading and researching. But every vote has a function and a responsibility. So when you get the allocation, you cannot use it to whatever you feel you want to use it for. And when we spend money like that, we can't get potholes patched, we can't get drains fixed, right? And currently, what they are using now to wean money out of the corporation is that casual votes that they are using and misusing to hire a whole set of former CPAP workers. As I said, I have nothing against people getting jobs, but there's the manner and the process in which it is being done, right? And that is so he's now doubling up on the casual employment because he's now having people for drain cleaning that he's paying out of the casual vote, and then he's going to have people that he's taking under the table for casual employment that he said, he and the CEO said that they suspended and they're trying to manage the funds of the corporation. So when they come here and they say to us, they're not getting enough money, they're not getting enough money. It is not that. When you all get money, you all are taking the money and paying debts. The San Fernando City Corporation is in debts. Every time you go through a finance report, is somebody you owing from a year or two ago. Right? You have suppliers coming up to say they are being owed. And when you're asking for invoice and you're asking for documentation, you're not getting anything. So how can we run as corporation? A change has to happen. That corporation needs restructuring.
Must happen. But
Yeah.
Sasha, also the mayor stated that he has support from most of the business people in San Fernando. Is that accurate?
Well, he doesn't have support from most. He has support from some, because most of the business people are in support of Alderman Ramutasinghe, and he will always try to paint the picture, because Alderman Ramutasinghe and I did a number on him by coming out in public and speaking against him. So he will do anything possible to save face and to save his image at this point in time. He wants to probably go back as mayor. He probably wants to go back as councillor. So he will try his very best to do what he has to do. And I am really hoping that the executive or his party look at him and see that he is doing more damage than good, because he is the worst mayor it ever had. I would have heard about past PNM mayors, and even business people tell me this, past PNM mayors, and yet they never had to face such a hard time. High Street is like a dead horse. The business people are complaining. Everywhere you turn, you hear the mayor, the mayor, the mayor, right? Because of how he feels, he's very arrogant, right? They said the past mayor of the city of San Fernando used to come in the stores and shop. The mayor doesn't even come and check them, right? And if it is that he has to go, he has to make sure and have a whole set of bodyguards. So he has to get municipal police to follow him around. So I was like, I walk High Street, left, right, and center. I don't need any bodyguard. But why you need bodyguard? What are you so afraid of? Then what are you doing so? It leaves you to question. It leaves you to question. And as I keep saying, not everybody, not every man should get power, because there's your ego and there's power. And when you have a person who is very egotistical and you give them power, well, oh my goodness, they feel they are invincible. But I always keep telling people position is temporary. You are there today, and then tomorrow it could be taken away from you.
You know, it's interesting you say that, right? When I listen to the mayor of San Fernando, he don't have no empathy. He's not, it always seemed like he's a bombastic person. You know, it seemed like if, you know, I'm trying to select my words very carefully here. You know, it just seemed that if, like, he need anger management training, you know, or he just needs something to help him be able to be a better mayor, right? It seemed that he's going down the other road of maybe he might go down in history as one of the worst mayor in the history of San Fernando. I don't know.
But Councillor Ali, the problems that you are facing today seem to be the same problems you were facing on the last time that you visited us. Is there any hope at all that you would get some improvement?
Under this mayor, I don't see anything improving at all. What I can hope for is that we take the corporation for local government election when that time comes, and that's my hope for the citizens of the city of San Fernando, because the citizens deserve better. They need a proper functioning and a proper running city. And it's so disheartening and so displeasing when I have to hear them request minor things, roads to be patched. And you know, the sad thing is when they do get material for roads, I would have been sending in list of roads to patch from since 2020, 2024 and keep following up. And they will patch about 2 or 3 holes in my area, and in the other PNM areas, all holes being patched, right? So I am about people. And at the end of the day, it's both UNC, PNM, or whoever has to use the roads. And to know that you could use your little bit of power to squeeze people, and especially squeeze me, I don't know how we could possibly see any light at the end of the tunnel with that mayor being there. So change has to happen for the citizens to actually feel some sense of relief.
I heard you said the mayor has divided the UNC councillors. Do you feel any hope that there's any hope that you will be able to get your councillors together in any form to combat some of these challenges?
Sorry, I'm hardly hearing you.
You said before that the mayor has divided the UNC councillors.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any hope that you can get together and combat some of the problems that you're facing?
Well, that will be dependent on them, because honestly speaking, it's really just one councillor. The rest of us try our best to stick together. And we have to understand his strategy and see through him. And I know that we will work together to win that cooperation. I know the UNC councillors will come together to win that cooperation. We have been working very hard. We have been facing the challenges. We know the tricks and the trades of the mayor and what he tries to do, and he tries to, he puts people against each other. And strange enough, this is a pattern of his own. I would have been hearing from people, this is just his behavior. And as you all said, the observation is he's very arrogant, and that is how he is. Very, very arrogant. And it's funny, you cannot fake energy with people. He could come on there and tell you, I am a fair mayor. That's his key line. I am a fair mayor. But you cannot fake energy, and people seeing it. People realizing, and especially as Alderman Ramutasing and I are being more vocal about it, they are realizing what we are facing. I mean, for the business people to actually come out and tell me, the mayor says so much things about you. And they said, they were very, very upset to know that so much things are happening in the corporation and they weren't aware of it. It's only when I start to bring it to light, and when Alderman Ramutasing start to bring it to light, then that is how people know. And the corporation has fallen flat. What purpose is it going to serve now? Because if you have machinery that has deteriorated, if you cannot pick up bulk waste, you cannot patch holes. Right now, the only thing he's doing is drain cleaning. Right? That's the only thing he's posting out. But how long is the drain cleaning going to go on for? So what other accomplishments are you going to show?
Pleased with the cleaning?
Say that again, Tommy.
Sorry?
Are you pleased with the drain cleaning?
I am not pleased with the drain cleaning in my electoral district of Marbella South Vistabella, and that is because I am a councillor on the ground and I would have been driving through the areas in which they clean the drain. As I said, they have no mechanism in place to collect whatever they clean out. So all the grass, the dirt, the debris, it remains on the banks, and if once rainfall, it goes back in. So when we did it under the casual workers, and that's what I'm saying, you have to be able to manage human resources. And when we did it under the casual workers, because I had to get involved with the casual workers, meaning that I had to help manage them and see their progress. Because before, when casual workers came, before they were under my purview and I get to actually choose workers, there were some casual workers who have to work and they only have to work 7 to 9, and they were telling me, I'm not going to no drain. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And they signed in 7 o'clock. And this is what the Prime Minister was talking about. The wasting of money because you cannot come and sign in 7 o'clock and you leave in 9 o'clock, but sometimes it's 7 to 9, 2 hours of work. Grown men and women, 2 hours of work, some of them, and they don't want to work. By the time 7:30, 7:45, they leave in and they go in. So how are you going to get things done within the ED, within the city of San Fernando? So I had to put a structure into place and tell them when I'm screening people to be put on the casual list, I had to screen them and tell them, listen, straight up, it's either you want this or you don't want this. It's either you want to work because I have a duty and an electoral district to service. I have had big men cuss me, threaten to shoot me, threaten to come down where I live in. I'm telling you, I don't even let my son walk anywhere by himself. All because I didn't give them casual work. And that was because I gave them the opportunity to work a couple times and they're not working. So how can I give you work? I don't understand it. They expected that, they just sign in because of the poor work culture. And this is what we are seeing in the San Fernando City Corporation, that poor work culture, and that has to revamp, right? We have to go in there because when I speak about human resources, do you know that there's committees in the city corporation? We have committee meetings at different committees. There's committee for public health. And you call that a standing committee, and there's committee for infrastructure. There's a committee for human resources, and there's a chairman of the committee. And the chairman of the committee is supposed to ensure that the human resources are working accordingly and for the benefit of the organization and the city of San Fernando. And yes, I understand workers are disenchanted in the city corporation. Workers saying they have no tools, they have no PPE, so they are disenchanted too. But then there are some of them who are just not performing. And those are the ones that you need to weed out, because then we are wasting funds. You cannot put a person to work, and if a person getting 230 a day and it's 10 days, that's what, 2300 by 10. And then after, if you check that by 20 people who doing that same action, how much money are we losing? They are not being efficient and effective. So all these things, the CEO, who again is the head of the organization, supposed to put in play, and their supervisors who will tell me they are trying to discipline these employees. And they could get a call from one of the, either side, the mayor or the CEO side. Don't bother to don't do them that. Don't do this. Forget that. And how you expect a supervisor to manage? So it has fallen flat. The human resources aspect, the equipment, the machinery, I am telling you, every time I have to go to council, I keep saying that. I get up at 5 a.m., go down on my knees and pray, and I feel like I go to war with that mayor. I feel like I am going to war with him. And in the process, I have to remember to ask God not to lose myself and to always remain respectful in chambers and not to actually come out or jump out or something, because he will provoke you. He's very good at that. But I mean, coming from an HR background, dealing with unions, you know how to manage and how to, let people get under your skin. But it's not easy. But I see better days coming. Once the UNC holds that corporation, I can see us working together to revamp and to make the city lively again, to make high streets and surroundings lively again. And I'm telling you, I don't know who is the business people, and not that I don't know, it's just a couple of them who would probably support him, but there are a lot of other small businesses who are feeling the squeeze on high street. And he is not understanding that this. And I understand they say he told me that at a time, no vending, but everybody deserves a place. Yes, there are laws, but as a mayor, you have to figure it out. You have to look at all the stakeholders involved and find a space for everyone to prosper and to grow. So I don't know. I feel sometimes a child could do a better job than what he is doing. He is just going based on arrogance and and I feel as though he has to convince himself that he is the mayor, because every time he speaks to you, I am the mayor. Okay, it's almost 3 years. We know you're the mayor by now, but I don't know if he's still trying to convince himself that he's the mayor of the city of San Fernando, or he used it as a tactic to try to show you, I have the power. Right?
So, Councillor, we want to say thank you so much for giving us an update, and we're going to continue to come to you for you to give us an update. But before you go, one person says, Counselor, pray Psalm 91 and Psalm 27 and go with God. So,
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
He says, one person says, Counselor, pray Psalm 91 and Psalm 27 and go with God. That's what the person
Thank you. I definitely will. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So we want to thank you again for joining us and keep us updated. And I'm going to keep you updated every 3 weeks or so for you to come on the program and give us that update. Okay?
And I just want to tell you all that I am grateful for the opportunity to come on here and to speak and to let people know what is happening and what is going on. So it's a great opportunity, and I enjoy just being in the space where I can actually speak out and stand out, and use this as a catalyst for positive change.
Thank you very much, Council. It's a pleasure.
Okay, take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Good night.
So, folks, we're going to go for that quick break. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington. You stick and stay. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
With Douglas fire in their hearts. Bona. The body bona, the bona, the bona, the bona, the bona. Yellow champion, bona, the bona, the bona. Come la the mountain, she nah move, she nah shake. Stand up for the people, make the economy wake. From the poor man table to the children's school bag. She bring back the money, she fly the Trini flag. Superpower Caribbean, watch it rise again. Come la Prasad Business of the Iron Lady Rain. Hey, Mountain Kamla, hey. Trinidad champion, she come from the struggle. No, the poor man feel pocket empty, light be lie, but she nah kneel. Open the door for the youth, them give them hope and chance. Build school, build road, give every pitney a dance. Them say economy dead, she say watch me now. Bring back the jobs, make the dollar run through. From Laventil to Cedros, from Tobago shore. She feeding the hungry, she open every door. Strong like a mountain, rain now wash she down. When the pressure bust, she still stand her ground. Strong like a mountain, rain now wash she down. When the pressure bust, she still stand her ground. Come la the mountain, she no move, she no shake. Stand up for the people, make the economy wake. From the poor man table to the children's school bag. She bring back the money, she fly the Trini flag. Superpower Caribbean, watch it rise again. Come la Prasad Business of the Iron Lady Rain. Hey, Mountain Kamla, hey. Trinidad champion, champion, champion. Trinidad champion, champion. Trinidad champion, Trinidad. Them try back, she down, try shake, she foundation. But she stand like Everest, pure determination. Caring for the children, no more hungry belly cry. Books in them and future bright like blue sky. She willing fi fight, she willing fi bleed. For every Trini soul, every single need. Oil money flowing, tourism boss again. Trinidad and Tobago with the boss of the chain. No more begging no island, we leading the pack. Come la the general, we marching right back. She fly straight to USA, link up with Trump. Sit down like boss, no time for no stamp. Talk for the people, talk for the land. Come back with the pen, we go right all the wrong hand. Sign off the deals, make the money rain hard. Economy jump up, no more so fired. Poor man get house, children get light. She rewrite the future, make everything right. That pen in she hand like Excalibur blade. Come la the queen, know the whole world afraid. She strong, she wise, she love we fi true. From the ghetto to the mansion, she there for me and you. One voice, one nation, one Trinidad queen. 23 seats and beyond, she live in the dream. Come la the mountain, she na move, she na shake. Superpower Caribbean, watch the whole world shake. She get the pen, she right the wrong. Now we on top, eh. Mountain Kamla, Trinidad and Tobago, we back on top again, eh. Trumping champion, Kamla, 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 Kamla. Trinidad forever.
Days are coming. Better days are coming. Run and tell everybody a change has finally come. We fix it TNT. You and see his love. Run and tell everybody the work has just begun. We build it TNT. You and see will get it done. So whatever. We shape it TNT, you and see this love. Run and tell everybody, together we are one. We grow in TNT, you and see we'll get rid of it. Up, straight to the top, 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 top. We moving up, straight to the top, 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 top. Better days are coming, better days are coming. We say, so whatever.
party for everyone. You and feel this love.
Laid to rest, laid to rest. Laid to rest, laid to rest. It's alleged, it's alleged, it's alleged, it's alleged. Hey! Tell them Kamala say, he and them dead. Petrotrain workers say, the party dead, dead, dead. Bubba billions missing from the treasury. Corruption with taxpayers' money, the end is here, security. He and them dead. Hey, tell them Mooney Lal say, he and them dead. Even the 1%ers say, the party dead, dead, dead. They support us mourning and crying. Funeral arrangements they making, the DMO leaving. He and them dead. Condolences to the Balize. SIEP, no more pale pale. The rising sun is ready to govern Trinidad and Tobago for a brighter tomorrow. One, restart the economy, two, health sector, immediate victory. Abolish crime, put sports on the front line. Four, every bike must have water. Five, roads smooth as six, provide people with work. UNC and making jokes. Tell them drilling say, we and them dead. Social media say, the party dead, dead, dead. The registered party members in pain. Scarborough to put a spin, inside sources say, he and them dead. Tell them Arnold say, he and them dead. Police, army and prison say, the party dead, dead, dead. Election night, flambeau burning steady. The casket was on the hearse ready, read the red eulogy. He and them dead, dead, dead. Tell them Kamala say, he and them dead. Some of the members say, the party dead, dead, dead. When the carry come leaders hear what's up, seems like not one of them was in shock. Put them in one big box, be and them dead. Tell them Mooney Lal say, be and them dead. Teachers, doctors and nurses say, the party dead, dead, dead. All the bad investments and fellas make investors not coming for the work. No more ice cream and cake, be and them dead, dead, dead. The red party showed no empathy for 18 babies and pipeline families. They so heartless, citizens in distress. The country in a crisis, SOE and still all this. One, UNC on a mission to correct the school system. Three, end poverty and clean up TNT. Four, speed up the housing process. Five, lower taxes. Six, revamp we energy. Bring back the oil refinery. Tell them Kamala say, P and M dead. Petrotrain workers say, the party dead, dead, dead. Bubba billions missing from the treasury. Corruption with taxpayers' money, the end is here, security. P and M dead. Hey, tell them Mooney Lal say, P and M dead. Even the 1%ers say, the party dead, dead, dead. They support us mourning and crying. Funeral arrangements they making, the DMO leaving. P and M dead, dead, dead. Tell them drilling say, P and M dead. Social media say, the party dead, dead, dead. The registered party members in pain. Scarborough to put a spin, inside sources say, P and M dead. Tell them Arnold say, P and M dead. Police, army and prison say, the party dead, dead, dead. Election night, flambeau burning steady. The casket goes on the hearse ready, read the red eulogy. P and M dead, dead, dead.
Fire! 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 Fire!
And of course, we are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walshy than you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, whenever you join us, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509. That's 973-609-6509. And please don't forget to share the live. We thank you.
Tommy, let me say a pleasant welcome to your friend, P&M Patty.
Hi, Patty. Where are you?
Yeah, Patty would like to hear them kind of facts coming out from the council, you know. I must say again, thank you very much to Councillor Sasha Ali. We thank you very much for joining us here and giving us the facts, not the FAX, but the FACTS. Yeah, because that's all we like to bring here, you know, is facts, not FAX. Yeah, and people like Patty and them don't like to hear that kind of thing. Let him explain. Who call you for? You call him now, Gordon? Jacqueline Ferguson, welcome. You. Tommy, we had him here before, right?
I don't remember Jacqueline Ferguson before.
You remember? Okay. All right. So, folks, there was so much going on, Tommy, this weekend, Mother's Day weekend. So much. And the Prime Minister went to Nelson Island. And a great tribute to history, heritage. And Tommy, the thing about it, Tommy, is that I just appreciate when people do these kind of things, you know, for their heritage and their culture, however you want to put it. But you know, it's sad, Tommy, that the PNM been in power for the longest in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. And that black people in Trinidad and Tobago are at the bottom of every economic statistics in Trinidad and Tobago. Let me repeat that. For all the years PNM Party, Gordon Gangachana, Jane Joseph, that the PNM have been in power, black people are at the bottom of every socio-economic statistic in Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to ask PNM Party and Gordon Gangachana, Jane Joseph, get me one statistic, one positive statistic, one where black people are at the top of that ladder. One positive statistic, not a negative statistic. Yeah. And Tommy, of course, hear what your friend had to say. Distraction. Forget that Nelson thing. That will not help the police deal with crime. You see, Tommy? You see?
Mm.
You see?
They have all the answers.
But you just convinced what I just stated, Tommy. He convinced of my statement. What it is the former went and do. He brought the Ashanti King to Trinidad and displaced people in the Queen's Park Savannah from making a living. That's what he did. What's the difference between how Prime Minister Kamala Prasad is operating and how the former operates? Tommy, Nelson Island is not a new thing, right? That's been there for a long time, right?
Of course.
Right? Oh, man. Very sad. Anyway, I want you all to listen. Watch this. All right. Call before you take it. Let me take the call. Oh, okay. Stop. Just then I was going to take your call. All right. Call back after the video.
It is indeed a great pleasure to be here today at the historic Nelson Island. And it is here that the first step in history of India and Trinidad and Tobago was written 180 years ago. Coming here, it is only natural that our thoughts turn to how those courageous people must have faced the very difficult circumstances and built new lives. Today, we salute their fortitude, their determination, and their resolve. Let us pledge to carry forward the legacy of these ancestors with pride and determination. Let us continue to celebrate our shared heritage, to teach our children the stories of the past, and to contribute positively to the society we live in.
Mr. Jaishankar and I, we walked together through the ruins of this island. We stood before the old barracks where many of our indentured Indian ancestors stayed after they endured many months on the Kalapani, those very treacherous waters across which they were trafficked. We saw the quarantine buildings where the sick were treated and the weathered ruins of imperialism. We moved through these grounds. I could not help but feel overwhelmed by the human history embedded here in this island. For this island is not merely a heritage site. It is a memory and a testimony. This island's true identity was shaped by the thousands of Indian indentured laborers who first encountered Trinidad here. After leaving behind the India some of them would never see again. I believe the time has come for TNT to honor our indentured ancestors in a more permanent and meaningful way. So my government will begin consideration of the formal renaming of Nelson Island so that this sacred space may properly honor the Jahaji legacy. In closing, Sri Jaishankar, I sincerely thank you for your visit and the kindness and respect you have shown to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. May this island forever remind us that whilst colonialism once divided our ancestors through slavery, indentureship, and trafficking history, humanity and freedom have reunited the descendants.
Tommy,
Yes, sir.
For all the years of the PNM in power, have we ever had, Tommy, anything? Tommy, remind me, I'm depending on you here. Have we ever had anything like that, Tommy, to remind us of our history as Black people in Trinidad and Tobago?
Negative.
Tommy, you sure?
I would have remembered.
Tommy, but that's sad. That's sad. That's sad. So what was their purpose, Tommy? What was their purpose? Nothing about our history, Tommy? All we get is Christopher Columbus, Sir Walter Raleigh, and Sir Francis Drake, Tommy? That's what we get? Tommy, don't forget what Dr. Williams did to Kwame Ture.
Of course, I'll never forget.
That's a PNM government, you know. Don't forget the Black Power movement, Tommy, by Makandal Dada. That was under which government, Tommy?
The Red.
The Red? The PNM. As far as I'm concerned, Tommy, the PNM don't like nothing black. You only like black when it comes to election. That is it.
I'm not even sure if they like them then.
Huh?
I'm not sure if they like them then. I think they use them then.
Well, correct. They use them. Use them. Just like how they just use Rita and Ganga Chana on them. Use them, abuse them. Yeah, I was one of them abused too. Yeah. I was one of them too.
I got abused also.
You got abused too?
Of course I got abused.
But
Very expensive abuse. Very expensive abuse.
Yes, PNM have a modus operandi to abuse black people. Yeah. Boy.
Very expensive abuse, my friend.
Very expensive abuse. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, what you saying? People want work. You talking about Nelson Island. You see? You see what I'm talking about, Tommy? PNM party. You see exactly what I'm talking about? Tommy, they're easy to figure out, you know? They're easy to figure out. We talking about, Tommy, Southwestern Holland, your history we talking about. With history, you know, she was CPEP. She wants CPEP.
I think they want enslavement more than anything else.
Correct, Tommy. Correct is right. Correct. They want to continue to be enslaved. That is what they want. Southwestern World.
A pleasant good night to you, Professor and Uncle Tommy, and to all your listeners. Share the life. Share the life.
Share the life.
Yeah. So, Uncle Tommy.
Yes, sir.
You know, well, like, my apologies. Gordon Dryden, Gangachana, Warwick, Waffle. A pleasant good night to you guys.
Yeah.
This story is about, this story is right in all the backyard and all the pet child. You know, Eric William, after the abolition of slavery, it had a gap of 400 and something years. And Eric William brainwashed and rewrite history to say that the African people in Trinidad and Tobago must look up to he as their savior and provider. While he ran away with the treasury in the early days of the oil boom in this country. When you go back to Amoko time and see the kind of money Amoko Trinidad was making, see the royalty where it go and how slow development was. See all the constituency from since 1953 to now. People leave this country and come back and they see the same way when they watch certain parts at the PNM area. It's only the coming of Mr. Balvir Pandey when he started dig out the Balize Yampi and show the people of this country, the people, each and every citizen, that how the PNM had them on a yoke and riding the back. And he showed them what representation and what a government supposed to deliver. It really come the other day and started to tell them that free medicine is not a privilege. Pension is not a privilege. Healthcare is not a privilege. Free transportation, school, building, and repair don't come to the government. We know the government. So he come back to put it just like what we're have it. And you know the nice thing about this, Warwick and Joseph, is that the PNM does always come and say Eric William, when they see that supporters, like how you is trying to change, but yet still leading back to the PNM, the magnet pulling you back. But you'll get in there. If you continue watching the show, you will understand how much years of your life was wasted with a food card and a little benefit. There is a CPAP work, a URP work, a little food card, and now the PNM just get the supporters and get them hush and suffer them. And when election time comes, they give them a little more food card and tell them, yeah, come and take a little contract work. The OJT work, look at it. And now we're seeing how much ministries was understaffed and vacancy never been filled. Then you've seen how much the politicians, the representation of the same members of parliament in PNM, the kind of contracts they get through excusals, the family, the own family, the mother, the sister, the brother, the children benefit. And the supporters today looking forward and work. And now they're restructuring everything and putting it in place. After Petrotrin closed down, I don't know how much young people, right, out of a job, and you hear them bawling, they're going out looking for work, and have those who kill themselves under the pressure. And yet still, you're seeing the friends and financiers at the PNM just getting more powerful in the oil industry in the Southland. So when we're talking about true economics, freedom, right, and equal space under the national anthem, let me be real. When they only talk about renaming the island, and you see how much opposed it get it, because you know why? It was instilled in the supporters' heart. Never look at the other ethnicity. And one person you forget, Professor, is Chura Boss Butler, Comrade Butler, in the oil field, when he fight for workers and he fight the expatriates. And that fight continue in working, and the PNM never in the working class. So they just only have what as when they go back in the 1847 and the 1700s, when the Portuguese started to take up people from Africa for cheap labor, right? See, in modern times already PNM, it doesn't exist. So you have just a plate of food and no way to call home. After that, good night, Uncle Tommy and Professor.
Thank you.
Uncle Tommy, have you get a call yet?
Not yet.
Thank you. You see, Angela, Darius, PNM run the country like a plantation emancipation. Enough food to keep you alive. Correct is right. Yeah. Tommy, I never forget, Up in Chumaka, Clavantil, 10 days, boy. My mother was a water carrier, right? But, yes, that put food on the table, right? But that kept us in bondage. That is what the PNM does to them poor black disadvantaged people. Keep them in bondage. Financial Guru, welcome.
Yes, good night, Professor Wall Street. Good night, Uncle Tommy. Good night, everybody on WZYE. I hope everybody, mothers, had a good Mother's Day yesterday. Yeah. Professor Wall Street, yeah. Uncle Tommy, everyone. I listened to the Miss Sasha Ali this evening. Yeah. And it's just sad when you look at the state of the country and the kind of work that we as Trinbagonians who believe in reshaping this country still believes, there are still people who believe that the PNM will be the savior. And I just want to point out one quick example with the Minister of Housing. There is a big issue right now where you look at the former HDC under the auspices of Noel Garcia and Penelope Beckles, who was the opposition leader, and Camille Robertson Regis. And you see Foster Cummings and the 150 million per year, 1.5 billion in CPEP contracts, all coming back to the kind of leadership under the San Fernando Corporation. Here it is. The PNM was building houses for $2 million that cost $500,000. Imagine that, $2 million costing $500 million. The HDC under Noel Garcia and Mrs. Robinson Regis was not building more than 400 houses a year. And here it is, the UNC, using the OPR, is trying to build 3.5 billion or 3.4 billion worth of houses without government money through this public-private partnership. The OPR is regulating and making sure that people like Emily Elias, who was Dr. Rowley's, and I'm calling out Mr. Elias. I have nothing against the gentleman, but these guys have benefited time and time again from Amplia when he was the chairman, when he paid 250 million for a piece of communication company that is worth only about 20 million, to now he complained against Philip Alexander and David Lee and the other minister, Mr. Roberts, that the HDC is complicit in some sort of corruption. It went to the OPR, nothing happened. And here it is again. Now we have Mark Bassan making some allegation against the minister or some HDC official, allegedly, about the $3.4 billion. And if people don't realize that everything that the PNM has touched for the last 10 years, especially under Dr. Rowley and Colin Imbert, and that same leader called Mrs. Beckles, who has not done nothing with regards. Remember what I told you, Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street, that nothing will come of John Bates and Faris Alrari. I believe nothing will happen because, as I said, somebody influenced Mrs. Bates to do that for Terrence D.L. Singh. So I want to leave with this. This country will never change unless people realize it's about country first. It's not about PNM. It's not being black. It's not being Indian. It's not being Syrian. It is about doing the right thing and calling people out for what they've done. And the PNM and that minister, that same mayor, he has to answer. Somebody should be checking the mayor up on what he's doing. The $67,000 that they talk about for smokes and drinks coming after 2 years to ratify it. That is not right. That same mayor, was he involved with the person who got killed? That for the Cycling Federation, that there should have been no cycling there. These are the kind of things that people have to point out with Skinner Park being paid $150 million for a stadium that cannot even hold a football match, nor a proper cycling federation game. This is the problem with the PNM, and people have to wake up. People like, I'm not going to call people's names out, but people have to realize that the job that Mrs. Prasad Bissessar and her team has to do, whether they like her or not, is based on the nonsense and the kind of stuff that the PNM has done under the auspices of Dr. Keith Rowley, Colin Imbert, and Stuart Young. Professor Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, have a good night. That mayor needs to answer. Ms. Sasha Ali and Mr. Ramutar Singh, continue to what you have to do, and hopefully, when the election bell is called, he will be removed. Right? The PNM has not done justice to this country, and whether people like it or not, and they won't call me financial guru, a slave to the UNC or wherever. I don't really care. I care about the country first, Professor Wall Street. You care about the country first. Uncle Tommy, you care about the country first. A lot of us care about the country first. We want proper governance and results going forward. Have a good night, Uncle Tommy. Have a good night, Professor Wall Street. Have a good night, everyone at WZYE. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for the call. You understand? And PNM Party and Gordon Gangachana Jai Joseph. Or let us learn from the financial group. Or let us learn. Or they could say what they want. Or let us learn. Beulah, welcome.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Good night, Beulah.
Yeah, load on the volume. Good night. Well said to the guy.
Financial group.
Just now. Yeah. I want to tell Miss Ali and Miss Ramuta Singh to hold the fort, stand tall, stand strong, and that man, he's afraid of both of you. That is why he acting like that. You all have the power in your hands, and eventually he's going to be removed from there. And all that ignorance, he will have to take it up and go with it. Right? And eventually the police going to storm that man's office,
We are storm it,
Yeah, because right now, all this is in the airwaves. And they keeping tabs on him. And my every spirit tell me they keeping tabs on that mayor of San Fernando. And before I go, I just want to ask you something. How come I hear the guy just say nothing ego come out from Forrest and Bates issue, right? Something had to come out there, because they cannot remain opposition senators, because this country go downhill if Miss Kamala Prasad Bissessa and the Attorney General them don't put on the foot and fight the fight with good faith, right? And remove Faris Al-Wari and Bates from there because they cannot enter any commission of inquiries again. They have ruined everything, and they cannot be in no inquiries. And I'm saying that without apology. They cannot be in any inquiries. They cannot be in any government meetings or anything like that. They are not to be trusted. They have breached the laws of this land and the laws of Parliament. And they have to be removed. They have to go, and we have to beat this like an iron, right? They have to go. And I hate when people say they're going to remain there. And Patricia Reed and Gordon and all of them who standing up for wrongdoing. And them call themselves church people. They only fooling themselves because the Bible that they read and the Bible that I reading is two different Bibles, Right?
Thank you, Bula.
All right then, listening on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks to the call, Bula. Thank you. Reporter, call back. Reporter, how are you? Welcome. Reporter.
Yeah, man. Good night.
Good night to you, reporter.
You hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, man. I want to say good night to Brother Tommy and to the caller and to the brother who speak before this lady here.
Financial.
Good night to you. Yeah. Financial.
Good night, reporter.
Good night to you all. Yeah, so I would like the lady to know, especially the lady who now called her, you don't have no fear. You see, people wouldn't harp on it like how I will harp on it. You see, the president term is going to be up. And that is why this country is in this position. Dr. Rowley, them know very well what they did by placing a president. And I want to say it again. The president is the only person who could pardon anybody on this plantation here for whatever crime they committed with a pardon. And that is why she is there, because the whole world and Trinidad and Tobago know Ms. Kangaloo is a PNM. We know that. That is one. Number two, I call on the Immigration Office of Trinidad and Tobago, that Ministry of National Security. What it is going on in Trinidad and Tobago here in Korea on a weekend? What it is really going on here? Brother Wall Street, you're not here right now. I know you're outside. Now you see this flock of Venezuelans in this country here, the amount of them here, it looks like they have more Venezuelans here than Trinidadian right now, Because Sunday gone here, Sunday morning I went to pick up somebody up in the east, and I had us a pass through on Korea Southern Main Road from the highway to the main road. You believe 4:30, 5 o'clock Sunday morning, if you see Venezuelan people and all the bars and them pumping Spanish music, you know when this country was developing with Vincentian and Grenadian, you know Trinidadian was calling me outsiders and sending me back from this country, sending me back to St. Vincent, sending me back to Grenada, telling me they say backs. Some of these people coming and telling me they can't talk Spanish and they're lying because they could talk English. They are speaking English, but they're just telling me the Trinidadian they can't talk English. No English, no English. If you can't talk English, why are you here so long? And I call on the authorities, I call on the Ministry of National Security, the immigration people, lessen up this country with these people. Let me see if we could fix this country. This country have a problem right now that we have to fix this country. I don't want to take too much time. I don't want to take too much time, but look into these two areas, the president term and these Spanish people, those who come to work and you grant them and stay. We have no problem with that. But the influx is too much. People are like that here. Good night, Trinidad and Tobago. Lockdown.
Thank you.
Thank you, reporter.
I mean, reporter songing real good these days, boy. I ain't gonna lie, yeah? Reporter, let me congratulate you, man. You're finding yourself again, reporter. I like that, Tommy. Reporter finding himself again, man. Yeah, reporter, man. Go ahead, man. But folks, I want you all to listen to this, yeah? And folks, put your closing comments in the chat, send your closing voice note and your closing quotes. Listen to this. Right? Only forget the PNM, get rid of this. But listen to this, Tommy.
A message from Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Several key memoranda of understanding were signed between Trinidad and Tobago and India, alongside the official handover of 2,000 laptops by
2,000 laptops. 2,000 laptops. 2,000.
India's Minister of External Affairs, the Honorable Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar. These agreements will deepen cooperation between our two nations in areas including economic and financial development, tourism, digital innovation, renewable energy.
And Tommy, them laptops didn't go to just UNC kids alone, UNC students alone. It went to all different students. Doesn't matter whether you're PNM, you're a COP, you're a DLP, you're a NAR, doesn't matter. You could be in that 2,000. How do we say it, boy? Wait, let me see something, boy. I wonder if I still have this here, boy. I wonder if I still have it here. Oh, yeah.
When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Trinbago wins.
Winning. Trinbago winning. Yeah. Let me continue to listen.
And community-based projects, marking another significant step forward in our growing strategic partnership. The handover of laptops, a commitment made during the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi's 2025 visit to Trinidad and Tobago, will support students across all 7 educational districts, expanding access to technology, learning, and opportunity for our young people. This partnership continues to deliver meaningful and tangible benefits for the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
You know what the Prime Minister should have done, Tommy? You know what the Prime Minister should have done, Tommy?
Tell me what you're
saying. She should have called a press conference. Huh? She should have called a press conference. Yeah, call a press conference, because I was saying, the PNM saying, oh God, she calling no press conference. When is the next press conference? Everything for them is a press conference. Press conference.
Not a talk and no action.
Yeah. Once that talk and no action. Talk. Who sing that song? Chicanal?
Chicanal.
Yeah. But Tommy, you know, I wonder if I should play that one day, boy. Castle, Tommy, the agro processing facility open. Let me play that one too. She should have called a press conference to this too. Patty, Patty, she should have called a press conference to this, Tommy. How come she didn't do that? Well, listen to this. Why? Castle agro system. Oh, you know, Tommy, I hear the PNM want to take credit for this too, you know. I hear that, boy. The PNM want to take credit for that too.
They've been posturing with Berkeley Castle for the longest, but that's all they ever did.
Look how long in 1 year, opened. She should have called a press conference for this too. I feel so. She should have called a press conference.
My page.
What? Yes.
One in a circle, two high circles, and then next up is right
Easy.
Yeah. You want that? That's fair.
For me, I find she should have called a press conference for that too. She should have called a press conference for that too. Because all the PNM wanted to do is to call press conference. That is it. Tom, you see how much things happening in Trinidad and Tobago, boy?
Absolutely.
You see how many things happening? And these people talking about call a press conference. But we have the editorial on Mark Besant. Our rebuttal to Mark Besant, but we go get that tomorrow. You'll get that tomorrow. Yeah? Nadira, welcome. Macho, welcome. Deputy Parry, now is a good time to round up the Bennies and send them home. Yes, Jennifer Maharaj. TNT open for business. Things are happening. Performance is speaking. That's it. What does it, Tommy? Performance beat old talk?
Every day.
Oh, you know, I wanted to say something to this fella here. Mr. Florida, welcome.
Hey, good night, Mr. Hanson. Good night, Mr. Toby. Good night, everybody. And he chat or he call us or he text us, everybody. Happy to see everybody here on this Monday. Hope everybody had a good Mother's Day, had fun, and always tell your mom how much you love her and how much you respect her and thank her for bringing you into this world.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah. So, this is what PNM fear, you know. These businesses that I'm coming to open here, and in order for you to get a job, you have to be educated. And this is what PNM don't want to make their people get educated. Because if they get educated, then they can't fool them the way they're fooling them now. So if they keep the CPEP and they keep the URP and keep these small money jobs, this is where they have them for the future. But what UNC is trying to do is trying to make a country that is progressive, a country that is diverse. And in order to be able to keep up in the market, you have to be educated and you must go to your 5 years of secondary school and at least come out with 5 subjects. And this is what PNM don't want. That's why they never finish none of the schools. Keep them down, to educate them, and have them at the stranglehold. Don't be independent, be dependent. But people, I know your eyes opening, and we will make a change. All right, guys, look on this thing.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. I'm going to play this voice note here.
Brother Wall Street and Brother Tommy, good night again. My closing comments tonight. I'm calling on the young people of Trinidad and Tobago, especially in these hotspot area between Laventille, Belmont, Lady Young Road, Mova. I'm not going to call places like Sealot and them areas. You see, between the Belmont area, Mova area, Laventille area. Let me tell you all something, you young people. The crime that you all are playing with right now, I was right or wrong all the time. I watch all from Dole Shady straight down to Naya, Kojo, Derek King, Alwyn King, Papa Willie, all these Badman and them, the Polo brothers. I watch all of them rise and fall. You see, this wrongs with all the here, brother. It ain't looking like you go have a nice landing, you know. And to you young ladies who supporting it and keeping us in that position in the community, I want to tell you all something tonight. You all have no class. You know why you have no class? How dare you dating a man who live in a borderline life? He can't go nowhere. You know what he will have to do to support you? He becomes a community banger. You'll have to kill for money. You see, I want to put it raw to you all because we intend to fix this thing. You know, this thing had a fix, you know. The last time when we fix it, we had to ease up on the bullets because we call the late gladiator, Brother Maki, this is Brother Randu. We call for a seize on the bullets, but the border in this country stay open for so long under Dr. Rowley. And Dr. Rowley, I want to close by asking you a question. What transaction you had with these drug lords and them pertaining to salaries for the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago in the last 4 years in your 9-year reign in office? Is your payment was to leave the borders open? Question, on.
Thank you. Thank you, reporter. We're going to take that break and we'll be right back. Second step. The Cindy Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, and you. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, whenever you join us, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook, Subscribe. WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also, 973-609-6509. That's 973-609-6509. Don't forget, please share the live. We thank you.
There you go. So, Tommy, I'm looking for my closing. Is this it, boy? Let me see if this is it.
Today I declare Psalm 23 over my life and my family. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want, Father. Thank you because you are my provider, my protector, and my sustainer. In every season of my life, I will not lack. My children will not lack. My household will not lack. You will supply all our needs according to your riches in glory. Lord, lead me beside still waters and restore my soul. Every area of my life that is tired, broken, discouraged, or heavy, let your peace heal me today. Restore my joy. Restore my strength. Restore my confidence. Restore everything the enemy tried to steal from me. Father, lead me in the paths of righteousness for your name's sake. Help me to walk in wisdom, obedience, purity, and purpose. Let my decisions bring glory to your name. Keep me away from every trap, wrong relationship, wrong opportunity, and dangerous path. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because you are with me, Lord. Cancel every spirit of fear, anxiety, bad news, sickness, accidents, attacks, and untimely death over my life and family. Every arrow fired against us shall return back to the sender in Jesus' name. Your rod and your staff comfort me, Father. Guide me when I am confused. Correct me when I go astray. Let your presence surround me day and night. May your angels watch over my home, my children, my business, my health, and everything connected to me. Lord, prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Let those who mocked me witness your favor upon my life. Open doors no man can shut. Announce my name for opportunities, lifting, restoration, and breakthrough. Anoint my head with oil and let my cup run over. I declare overflow in my finances, peace, health, wisdom, grace, and favor. Everywhere I go, let goodness and mercy speak for me. Surely, goodness and mercy shall follow me. All the days of my life I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever, Lord. Amen. Today I declare Psalm.
From where I said this is it, the clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Go ahead, Tommy.
Cameron Diaz says, your regrets aren't what you did, but what you didn't do. So take every opportunity. Again, your regrets aren't what you did, but what you didn't do. So take every opportunity. Like I say, you're the man in the mirror. You have to become that change that you want to see. However, if you look in that mirror and you don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Love you all. Be safe out there. Be blessed. And we'll see each other tomorrow night, God willing. Till then, good night.
Thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
Let me see if there's any closing comments yet. This is Gordon Gangachana Dryden closing comment. A song by his son.
Well, my dads are great too, and I love you much. But nothing can match a mother's touch. Her gentle hugs are just enough to soothe when times get tough. I loved when she kissed my cuts and patched them up. Before she was done, the pain had stopped. I ain't sure how she did it. Finished my favorite meal in a matter of minutes, and I can almost taste the care that's in it. I sit back and stare sometimes when it's you in action. I see your passion. My wife, she is fashioned after you. Yeah, that's true. Bless that's you. I'm one who's gonna say to you 3 words. I love you. A lawyer, a doctor, that's a mother. A friend, protector, that's a mother. Affectionate supporter, that's a mother. Yeah, and I sure do love her. A teacher, counselor, that's a mother. A seamstress, soldier, that's a mother. Even a prayer warrior, that's a mother. Yes, and I sure do love her. Ansel.
So that is Gordon Gangachana, Jaijan Joseph's son. And that was his closing comment. Donna Alexander says, Gordon, blessed night to Professor Warshik and Katomi and all who are locked on. All right. Let me go to the chat. Michael says, until tomorrow, back to work. Thank you, Michael. Monica Ramkison says, good night, everyone. Okay. Howlett says, Jay Howlett says, how can I blame the wind for the mess it made if it was me who opened the window? Okay. Jacqueline Ferguson said, that is so true. Have a good night. Debbie Paris says, good night, everyone. Stay blessed, stay safe. Monica Ramkison says, be safe, stay blessed in Jesus' name. Amen. Tomorrow, God willing. Anthony said, good night, everyone. Angie says, have a good night, villagers. Until we meet again tomorrow, blessings to all. Nadira says, Miss Beulah, good night. Anthony says, good night, everyone in the village. Be safe out there till tomorrow. Bless. Michael Scotland said, I believe it's about generations to pay back at least 5 generations. Paul Legal says, have a blessed night, everyone, until next one. Gordon Gangachana, Trajan Joseph says, to all mothers blessed. Folks, we are out of here. We see you tomorrow. Same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. And this is a new song here on Crime by Mr. Florida. We are outside. See you.
Yeah. Trinidad and Tobago. Crime mama, we here.
There we go. Stop the crime, stop the shooting, stop the killing of the children, stop the looting, stop the home invasion, stop the hate, stop the racism, open the gate. Time to unite, time to rise, time to look your brother in the eyes. Turn to God, clean up the land. Trinidad and Tobago, together we stand. TNT crying, TNT crying. Let we make tomorrow better. Stop the lying. TNT crying, TNT crying. Rise up my people, time for unifying. Morning come, and Another mother balling, little boy get shot, school back still falling. Home invasion at the night, them kick down door. Taking with peace, leaving with sore. Racism in the shadow, hate in the light. Black Indian Douglas, we one fight. No more blood on the street running red. No more gunman making the youth them dead. Look at your brother man, he struggle like you. Same style, same flag, same sky so blue. Put down the weapon, pick up the tool. Build up the nation, stop playing the fool. Let's stop the crime, stop the shooting. Stop the killing of the children, stop the looting. Stop the home invasion, stop the hate. Stop the racism, open the gate. Time to unite, time to rise. Time to look your brother in the eyes. Turn to God, clean up the land. Trinidad and Tobago, together we stand. From Port of Spain to Tobago side, crime taking over, but we not. Police, community, church and school, all our we hands together break the rule of the fool. Mothers praying, fathers stand tall. You stop running with the gun and the ball. We want carnival joy, not funeral song. Let we heal the land where we belong. The country crying, rivers running pain, but faith and unity go bring the rain. Stop the hate, spread the love instead. Trinity to the bone, till we dead. Time to rise, time to rise, time to unite, unite. Time to God, time to God. Clean up the land tonight. No more blood, no more tears, no more children living in fear. We is one family, from Cedros to Toco, Trinidad and Tobago. Let we go. Stop the crime, stop the shooting, stop the killing of the children. Stop the hate, stop the racism. Time to rise, time to fix this, the anti-crime. But we go dry the tear, make tomorrow better. Banish the fear, together we strong. Divided we fall. Trinidad and Tobago, stand up tall. Stop the